Good afternoon, everyone. Jeff's Little Engine Service here. So I had a snapper lawnmower come in that everything looked like it was in perfect shape, and it's a typical Briggs and Stratton single cylinder engine. I think this one is probably a 5 horsepower. Fuel system was clean, new spark plug, etc., etc., but we couldn't get the carburetor to prime when pushing the primer button. This is a common problem, isn't it, Max? And what I've found is that if this backing plate, this is the backing plate that comes off the carburetor here, where your air filter sits. You see this backing plate, you have those ridges right there. And what I mean is this little cavity area here. There's a little raised ridges around there. And that is primarily how your primer bulb seals. Is it when you push that bulb, it pumps air through that little channel and up through the hole in the you see what I mean? You push the button, the air travels through the little canal and out this hole here and into the carburetor, which forces fuel up through the nozzle in the middle of the carburetor and primes your engine. But what happens is that people over tighten this backing plate when they put it on, and they warp these ridges. That being the case, you can get a new backing plate and a new gasket, and that will work. However, I had an old friend of mine named Christy. She's a great mechanic, and she's where I get a lot of my parts from. She gave me a secret tip one day. And what she said was that if you use 2 of these gaskets, that can solve that problem. If you have a warped backing plate here, or if that primer groove has been smashed. So yeah, put 2 air filter to carburetor gaskets if you're having trouble priming it, if you've already put a new priming bulb on there and you're still not getting gas. When you push the primer bulb, you should see fuel shoot up through that brass valve right in the middle of the carburetor. Doesn't have to be a lot of fuel, but if you see some fuel bubbling out of there when you're pushing the primer button, then you know that things are working good. So that's the tech tip for the day, is to use 2 of these air cleaner to carburetor gaskets if you're having troubles priming.